It's Thursday, November 12th, 2015, and this is What Did I Miss, the show that finds everything that was interesting on the internet today so that you don't have to. If you like what you see and want to show your support, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and please share the video with all of your friends. Without further ado, let's do this. It turns out that the majority of Americans grossly overestimate the likelihood of catching deadly STDs such as HIV. A study at the University of Michigan asked participants the likelihood of 1,000 people catching a deadly STD like HIV in a one-night stand. The estimate was roughly 71 people per 1,000. The study then asked the likelihood of 1,000 people dying in a deadly car crash in a 300-mile trip, and that estimate was about 4 people, which it turns out those numbers should be flip-flopped. You are actually 20 times more likely to die in a car crash than contract an STD like HIV in an unprotected sex act. So why are these estimates so wrong? The stigma with unprotected sex is much greater than that of driving. Getting a driver's license is something that is often celebrated, and driving is rarely prohibited. But in the case of promiscuous sex, parents try to stifle the act by using STDs as a scare tactic. So I want to know what you guys think. Are you scared of sex? Let me know in the comments section below. For all the 90s kids out there, do you remember the Captain Underpants books? You know, you go to the book fair and it's that guy with the cape that's a towel and he's just wearing underwear. Supposed to be a superhero or something? I don't know. Well, the series still exists and it's actually in book fairs across the country, but it's come under some fire recently. Not for the ridiculous underwear and fart jokes, but for the fact that the most recent book in the series has a homosexual character in it. That's right, the book wasn't banned for a superhero running around in his underwear, but for a fictional character traveling 20 years into the future only to find out that he's married to a man. Captain Underpants. Freaking Captain Underpants. That's like finding out the ventriloquist dummies in the Goosebump books are actually gay. I don't think it really makes much of a difference. They're still scary as hell. The ventriloquist dummies, not the gays. Ever want to know what it's like to live in the Matrix? A tech startup wants to make it happen. Not so much the insert a pole into the back of your head and learn kung fu type of Matrix, but to create a world as massive as an entire city, like in the Matrix. The project harnesses hundreds or thousands of cloud computing servers. For the world to feel real, they intend to make actions have permanent consequences, like if you break a window, that window will remain broken until it's fixed. The goal is to make simulations possible at an unheard of scale. Smokers in the US could be in for a rude awakening. The federal government has proposed a ban on smoking in communal areas, administrative buildings on public housing properties, which could include houses and apartments affecting about 1 million homes. Public housing and subsidized housing will be the most affected. Its purpose is twofold: to prevent secondhand smoke, to cut costs on repairing and maintaining housing that is damaged by smoke, and sometimes preventable fires. Although some homeowners are arguing that if they pay their rent, then they don't understand why they can't smoke in that house. It's my house. I'm gonna do what I want. For the record, I don't smoke. Nor do I condone it. Despite all the health crazes and cutting gluten out of damn near everything, the obesity rate in the United States is on the rise. The CDC stated that the percentage of adults that are in the obesity range is about 38%, which is up from 32% only 10 years ago. In the 1980s, 1 in 6 adults were obese, but it has continued to increase to over 1 in 3. So look to your left, look to your right. One of you is obese. But officials have been specifically focused on childhood obesity, who are the target of the Let's Move campaign put forth by the First Lady. And that's all I have for today. If you'd like to learn more about anything I talked about, links are in the description below. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and please share the video with everyone you know. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow when you ask yourself, what did I miss?